anomalous expansion of water. So water shows anomalous expansion when it is cooled from room temperature to 4 degrees Celsius, and we find that when it is cooled from room temperature maybe 18, 20, 25, 30, when it is cooled then up to 4 degrees Celsius, its volume goes on reducing, and this volume is minimum at 4 degrees Celsius, and when it is further cooled, means its temperature is reduced. So when the temperature is reduced from 4 to 3 to 1 to 1 to 1 then to 0 degrees Celsius, the volume starts increasing. It means volume of a given mass of water is minimum at 4 degrees Celsius, and we have shown it in this graph. On x-axis we have taken temperature, on y-axis we have taken the volume of water, and we find that the volume goes on decreasing when the temperature of water is increased from 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. And now when the temperature is further increased from 4 degrees Celsius to 6, 8, 10 and so on, the volume goes on increasing. So for a given mass, the volume of water is minimum at 4 degrees Celsius. And due to this, what will be the variation in the density of water, we can see it from the second graph. So when the temperature, here we have taken temperature on x-axis and density on y-axis. Temperature has been taken in degrees Celsius and density in kilogram per meter cube. So at 0 degrees Celsius, the density is somewhat lesser than 0.999 into 10 raised to power 3 kilogram per meter cube. And when temperature is increased from 0 to 2 degrees Celsius and then to 4 degrees Celsius, the density of water increases because of the decrease in the volume. So at 4 degrees Celsius, the density becomes 1.0 into 10 raised to power 3 kilogram per meter cube, that is 1000 kilogram per meter cube. And when the temperature of water is increased from 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 degrees Celsius, so at 10 degrees Celsius, the density of water becomes 0.9997 into 10 raised to power 3. It means 999.7 kilogram per meter cube. So this is anomalous expansion of water, and because of it there are so many natural phenomena taking place. This anomalous expansion of water is helping the survival of aquatic lives, because in the places where temperature goes down to 0 or less than 0, then what happens when temperature reduces to 4 degrees Celsius of water? So then water of a water body, water of a tank or a river or sea starts cooling down from the top. So when the temperature of top water becomes 4 degrees Celsius, its density increases and this water goes to the bottom. Now the other water starts cooling down, and when it cools to 4 degrees Celsius, now the density is same, so this water can't go down. So the upper layer of the water has decreased in its temperature 4 to 3 to 1 to 0, and the water now starts freezing from the top layer. Now what happens when it is becoming more and more cold? Then this as water is a bad insulator is a good insulator. Sorry. Water is a good insulator or bad conductor. So this ice that has formed at the top level doesn't allow the heat to go out, and in this manner the water at the bottom remains at 4 degrees Celsius. So in this manner the life of the aquatic animals is saved. Similarly, what happens when water gets cooled? So then the veins of the plants and some rocks or the water pipes, the water pipelines, when the temperature reduces, then what happens? Water in the water pipelines or water in the veins of plants, this water expands when the temperature goes below 4 degrees Celsius, and then these veins or pipelines gets bursted. But in order to avoid this veins of the plants from getting bursted, what farmers do? They water their fields, and this water has a higher value of specific heat. That's why the lot of coolness is absorbed by this water, and thus plants are saved. So this is anomalous behavior of water. Thermal expansion of gases. Thermal expansion of gases is more than solids and liquids. Coefficient of volume expansion of solids and liquids is relatively constant. Relatively constant means the coefficient of volume expansion for solid and liquids is same when temperature is changed from 0 to 1 or 101 to 101 or 201 to 202 degrees Celsius. Means the value of gamma will remain same. But in case of gases, what is found that this coefficient of volume expansion is inversely proportional to the temperature, and let me discuss it. For an ideal gas, so we have PV equivalent to mu R T. Now at constant pressure, to keeping pressure constant, if we heat up, so then what will happen? P will remain constant, volume will change, so P delta V equivalent to mu is constant, so it will remain out. R is also gas constant, it is also constant. What will change? T, so delta T. Let me name it equation 1, we name it equation 2. So equation 2 divided by equation 1, so P delta V upon PV equivalent to mu R delta T upon mu R T. So P will cancel out here, mu R will also cancel out. Now what we have? Therefore delta V upon V delta T equivalent to 1 upon T. We have transferred this delta T here into the left hand side. What is this which is in the left hand side? Change in volume per unit original volume per unit rise in temperature. It is nothing but coefficient of volume expansion. So it is gamma, coefficient of volume expansion is denoted by gamma, and it is at constant pressure. So gamma means coefficient of volume expansion at constant pressure is equivalent to this delta V upon V delta T, and it is equivalent to 1 upon T. Let me stop it naming equation A. So now at constant volume, Means if we keep volume constant, then again when temperature is changed, means differentiating this gas, ideal gas equation at constant volume. So we are differentiating it at constant volume, then volume will remain constant. So we would be having delta P V equivalent to mu R delta T. Let me name it equation third. So equation third divided by equation 1. So what we will be getting here, so delta PV upon PV equivalent to, in the right hand side, mu R delta T upon mu R T. So in the left hand side we will cancel out, and in the right hand side mu R will cancel out. So we will be having delta P upon P equivalent to delta T upon T. Or it can be written as delta P upon P delta T. We have transferred this delta T onto the left hand side, so it will come into the denominator. So equivalent to 1 upon T. Now what this is? Delta P upon P delta T means change in pressure per unit original pressure per unit change in temperature. Then it is coefficient of pressure expansion at constant volume. So here volume is constant, and this is the coefficient of pressure expansion at constant volume. So it will be denoted by gamma V. So we find that gamma V equivalent to 1 upon T. So let me name this equation B. So from equation A, gamma P equivalent to 1 upon T and gamma V is also 1 upon T. So on comparing A and B, from equation A and B, so this gamma P coefficient of volume expansion at constant pressure is equivalent to coefficient of pressure expansion at constant volume, and it is equivalent to 1 upon T. Means this coefficient of volume or coefficient of pressure expansion at constant pressure and at constant volume, they are inversely proportional to the temperature. Means this coefficient of expansion, coefficient of volume expansion, coefficient of pressure expansion equivalent to 1 upon